The Vedas are not what they seem. To believers, the Vedas are sacred texts of divine origin, guiding spiritual and societal life for thousands of years. They are the bedrock of Hinduism, containing hymns, rituals, and philosophies that dictate the moral and ethical framework of life. Devotees assert that these texts, composed between 1500 and 500 BCE, are eternal truths revealed to ancient sages. But do these rituals serve a spiritual purpose, or are they instruments of societal control? The Rigveda, the oldest of the Vedas, consists of over 1,000 hymns, many of which focus on rituals. These rituals are seen as essential for maintaining cosmic order, or RTA. The Atharva Veda, on the other hand, contains charms and spells that address everything from healing to securing victory in battles. But what if the rituals prescribed are less about spiritual enlightenment and more about reinforcing a hierarchical social structure? One cannot discuss the Vedas without considering the caste system, which finds its earliest codification in the Purusha Sukta of the Rigveda. This hymn describes the cosmic being, Purusha, whose body parts gave rise to the four Varnas: Brahmins, priests, from his mouth; Kshatriyas, warriors, from his arms; Vaishyas, merchants, from his thighs; and Shudras, servants, from his feet. The caste system, proponents argue, was a way to maintain social order and allocate duties according to one's inherent qualities. Yet historical records and modern studies challenge the inherent divinity and fairness of this system. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, an Indian scholar and social reformer, argued in his book The Annihilation of Caste that this system was a mechanism for social control, not spiritual development. He pointed out that the rigidity of caste has led to discrimination and inequality, contradicting the spiritual ideals of unity and equality. Furthermore, the rituals themselves often required the involvement and oversight of Brahmins, reinforcing their social dominance. A 2012 study by the Indian Council of Historical Research revealed that these rituals were not just spiritual exercises, but socio-political tools that ensured Brahminical supremacy. Yet the strongest counter-argument posits that these rituals and the caste system were reflective of the socio-economic conditions of their time and were not meant to be absolute. Renowned Indologist Wendy Doniger argues that the Vedas should be seen in their historical context, where the division of labor was necessary for societal functioning. To dismiss them as mere tools of control is to overlook their spiritual and philosophical contributions, such as the concepts of karma and dharma, which have profound ethical implications. However, this argument falters when one considers the evolution of Hindu thought in the Upanishads, which emerged as a response to the ritualistic rigidity of the Vedas. The Upanishads, composed between 800 and 200 BCE, emphasize internal spirituality over external rituals. The Chandogya Upanishad, for instance, shifts focus from ritual sacrifice to meditation and knowledge as means to achieve moksha, or liberation. This philosophical pivot suggests a recognition of the limitations of Vedic rituals and an attempt to transcend them. Moreover, scientific comparisons show that societies with rigid hierarchical structures, such as those enforced by caste, tend to have higher levels of social stratification and lower levels of social mobility. A 2018 study by the World Bank highlighted that economic disparities in India remain significantly influenced by caste, indicating that the social controls established by Vedic rituals have long-lasting effects. In conclusion, while the Vedas are undoubtedly a cornerstone of Hindu philosophy, their rituals served dual purposes. They provided spiritual frameworks, but also established a rigid societal order that has perpetuated inequality. The claim that Vedic rituals are purely spiritual is false when examined against historical evidence and societal outcomes. They are as much about maintaining societal control as achieving spiritual goals. Do Vedic rituals empower or entrap us today? Us today, us today, us today, us today, us today, us today, us today.